me the energy after today. I'm having an energy drink right now to give me energy.
It's a sad one anyway. It's a sad one. Even with a very defeated Liverpool side, we couldn't win it. Win them. It was a very sad one.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Justice, they were the favorites though. So we have to. They were the favorites to win.
Do you know the amount of money on the pitch for Chelsea?
We'll get to that.
The amount of money on the pitch for Chelsea.
Don't worry, they are them the favorites. And who cares about Carling Cup? Who cares about Carling Cup?
Can you imagine?
We're looking at bigger trophies. We're looking at bigger trophies. We're a bigger team. Carling Cup. That trophy is small. No worry.
That is our consolation. But we all wanted this trophy at least to have our season, at least to fight for something. It's been a terrible season.
Everybody likes it.
It's really sad. If you're a Nigerian supporter and a Chelsea supporter and a heart attack, two finals like this, you can just collapse.
It's a very bad one.
It's nothing. I think you guys did as usual.
Transit TV, welcome back to the Transit Studios. We are back again. It's a full house today with my men and the lady of the house with the word on the street. We are back to the Transit Studios for a recap of the games for this weekend. Of course, you know we are so many interesting games. We actually want to start with this one, 4 or 5. We're going to look at 4 or 5 EPL games and obviously the finals between Liverpool and Chelsea today at Wembley for the EFL finals that was played today. Liverpool ran away with an inspirational win over Chelsea on that one. To look at these games today. And with me is the men and the lady of the house, Ugum, of course, ever reliable. Justice is back to the panel. Nimi is back as well with his wine. I think today he's going to substitute it with energy drink to keep his heart beating after losing the AFCON finals to Cote d'Ivoire with Nigeria, and again today losing the EFL finals to Liverpool. Nimi is just coming from the doctors. We're going to be trying to take it easy on him today because he has a broken ache in the heart. Guys, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I bet Reggie, go straight to the point. Let's leave this welcome. Go straight. Let's go straight to the point. Today we're not ready for the welcome. I beg.
Please, I want to feel welcomed. Please. Yeah.
Mimi, you don't want peace.
Reggie, I told you I'm in severe pains. You know, if you follow Nigerian politicians, when your fire share was, he got beat in the rally. I'm in pains. I'm in severe pains right now. I'm in pains. You know, today I woke up. As a matter of fact, I went to church. I was gyrating.
You are buzzing.
I said I will win a trophy, and I will be here. I'll be here to look at Chairman Odu's face, and the team pain is painful, man.
And I'm sure you already prepared your speech, your banter, and everything for Choma today.
I'm deflated. Look, I'm deflated now. I went to go buy energy drink. I usually stay away from red color. I bought red today. Red energy drink.
Hello. Okay, guys. Like I said again, you are welcome to the show. We have our man too back today as well. Who came from London. I think he came. I don't know. We are here at Wembley. Did you see Chelsea leave the trophy today?
No. I know the result will not favor London, so there was no need going there. Can you hear me?
Okay, guys. Yeah. I heard you. So let's. We're going to start with this one. Let's knock off the Chelsea Liverpool game so that Nimi can concentrate and talk about the other games, because the more we keep it, the more he's going to be thinking about the result. Nimi, let's have your overall view about that game. What did you make of the game?
Man, that game was. Where do I start from? Man, to go back to this game, you're bringing back memories, Reggie. Um, it was a game that, to be honest with you, when I saw the lineup, I saw the teams, I was confident. I felt this is they tricked me because I thought this was a team that played Manchester City. So I was thinking, okay, we just play Manchester City. We are coming here, we're on a high, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And we go and from the get-go, the way the way these Liverpool kids with the injury list, the way they still went on, it was just unbelievable. And, coming to the overall game itself, Chelsea didn't have the impetus. We missed so many. How do you miss? How do you miss? How does Gallagher miss all those chances? That is what we've been talking about. The inconsistency of these players. We should have finished Liverpool. We missed so many chances. Going to the extra time, what put salt into this injury was I heard Pochettino say after extra time we were playing for penalty kicks. I felt like entering into the camera and punching this man on his face. And it shows a lot. They say it's belly trophy Pochettino. The man has not won anything. He doesn't have the willpower to go and win a trophy. And to take us all the way. And this is the third final we are losing to Liverpool. That's the third straight final. And this is the sixth time we've gone to Wembley, straight 6 trophies that we have lost. No team in England has gone through this patch before. What the hell? Forgive my French. What the hell is going on? I usually don't curse, but I'm pissed. I'm really pissed with the performance today. The money that was spent on these players is a freaking waste of money. Caicedo, Enzo, how is this even $1 billion? 1 billion? Are we 1 billion pounds? Sorry, no. If you convert 1 billion pounds to naira now, that is the budget of Nigeria right now. Gone like that with all these players. Man, I'm so disappointed, Reggie. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go because I don't know the next time. Justice, I don't know the next time we'll be in the finals again. I don't even know. I don't know the next time. So I'm really
I hear you, Nimi. I feel your pain, and like you said, I remember the last 2 times too, as well. The same way Arsenal has beaten Chelsea.
Please let me just finish. The last thing I wanted to say is Van Dijk scored a goal that was disallowed first. How does Chilwell? It's common sense. How does Chilwell mark Van Dijk for a corner kick and for a free kick? Where is the marking for Van Dijk? Like, where's the free kick? Man, these guys are, man, you know what? Chelsea will not, they will not make me, I got to comport myself. I'm sorry, but I'm just disappointed, man. I'm really hot. I'm really hot. It's a painful loss, and we have to take it and move on, man. We have to move on.
Yeah. Let me, like I said, I feel your pain, but if I also remember what you have said on this platform, maybe because you saw your trophy today, you kind of forgot what you have said about that sport all through the season. So I don't think it was anything new. Justice, can you break it down a little bit? What it's like Nimi said, sometimes it's difficult to analyze Chelsea. Chelsea and Manchester United are almost the same right now. It's almost getting boring talking about them because it's the same thing that you talk about every day. And the unfortunate thing is that normally when teams are not doing well like this, these the coaches that fans always turn on. But in these 2 clubs presently, it looks like the fans are finding it difficult to hold the coaches accountable. What's your take on that?
I think that first of all, it's good to be back once again to the finals. And, I'm good to see all of you. I think Pochettino is so soft. He's so soft with these guys, and it's just a matter of time for everybody to turn on him in his direction and begin to blame him. And he doesn't push them the way he should push them. As Mimi said, how would you be playing for penalties with the amount of money on the pitch on display for Chelsea against kids from Liverpool? Most of their top over seven of their top first starters we are not playing, and you're playing for penalties. So I don't think Pochettino has that drive or has that force, to push these guys to their limit, to push them, to be able to cross the line. So I think it's a matter of time, just a matter of time, and the whole fans and even the players alike will begin to disagree with him, and the camera will be on him. I don't see Pochettino lasting so much in Chelsea. In as much as they say the blue players, he helped the young ones come through. But you can see obviously why he doesn't win trophies. You need to push these guys. You need to make sure that you don't pamper them. Why is Pep, the likes of Pep and Jose Mourinho are so good? It's because of the way they approach games, the way they say we are going to win and there's no other thing. So how can you be playing for penalties? You have over £1 billion on the pitch, and you're playing for penalties. So I don't think that Pochettino is getting it so well. So it's just a matter of time, and guys will turn on him.
All right, thank you. I hear you there. Ubum, let me touch base with you briefly before I get to our man from London to give us word on the street over there. Like if you heard the Nimi speak and the Justice as well, I'm thinking, I know in the past, sometimes you swallow the bitter pill. If you make a wrong buy, accept it and move on. Do you think Chelsea probably didn't sign the player they thought they signed? I know these players are on 7 years. Sometimes you got to cut your losses and move on. Is it looking like the player that Chelsea signed are not as good as they thought they were, or maybe do not fit what is going on in Chelsea? Is it time for either let Pochettino go or probably replace one or two of these players to get the team in a better position to compete? For instance, you have Enzo Fernandez, you have Caicedo in the midfield, and he seems not to be producing anything meaningful for Chelsea at the moment. You have Makala Modric on the wings, 100 and something million, not producing anything yet. Nkunku is the only shining light that's looking that I can see up front, but it looks like he doesn't have qualities to work with up front. So is it time for Chelsea to probably say, yeah, I know we have spent money, let some of these players go, they don't fit what we're trying to do, or sign one or two more players to get the team flying? Because I know it takes time for this for things to gel, but it's really, really looking bad for Chelsea, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out. These players are all firing in different direction. Well, what do you think Chelsea should do in this regard?
I don't think Chelsea as a team, I don't think they have a player problem. If I might look at it with one angle. The solution to Chelsea's problem, first of all, lies in the back office. That's where you start, right? Which is what
I didn't hear that. Lies on what?
In the back office.
Okay.
Outside the field of play right now, the solution to their problem, if they ever think that buying more players to add to the players they have will solve their problems, I'm sorry, that's a short term. That's like you have a cut, a deep cut in your leg, and you buy Band-Aid. You put the Band-Aid over it, the pain, the blood stops flowing for a few hours. And then, of course, the Band-Aid is not going to stick, right? Once you take a shower or do something, it falls off. The wound is still there. You haven't treated the wound. So, essentially, what they need to do, first of all, is to put the right people behind the scenes to be able to make decisions that will benefit the club in the long term. right? Firing Pochettino right now is not. I don't even think it's a solution, unless you're replacing him with someone, number one, that knows what they are doing. Number two, that they will give time to help build a team, right? Half a season is not good enough. One season is not good enough. First of all, identify, get the right people, right director of football, right team in place. Secondly, find the right coach that will work with that team. And then finally, develop a philosophy. This is what we want to do. Then you can make player decisions. Because if you don't do that, you bring another a different coach with a different way of doing things, with a different philosophy. So are you going to? You're not going to get rid of. And Newcastle is suffering the same thing now. You're not going to get rid of 15 players, right, and start all over unless you first of all know what you're trying to do. Before you can actually make progress. So I think that the likes of Enzo is a very good player. We all know everybody wanted Enzo before Chelsea got him, right? Mikhailo Modric was a clear Arsenal target. Arsenal were ready to pay close to 90 million, 80 million for Modric before Chelsea came in and got him. So he's not a bad player. Caicedo is well documented. Everybody wanted Caicedo, right? A lot of Arsenal fans said clearly online and elsewhere that they wanted Caicedo ahead of Declan Rice.
Is that right?
Right?
I remember you and I had that debate for.
Yeah. So it's clear that these players are not bad players, but the person that bought them, did you buy them because other clubs were going after them? Did you buy them exactly to do what? Did you think about what role they were going to play in the team before buying them in consonance with the coach and what the coach wanted to do? So you see that there's so many discordant tunes being played, and there's no way you can move forward with all these discordant tunes. And so, like Niyi and my brother Justus just said, honestly, hearing Pochettino say that his team gave up and were playing for penalties, man, once I saw that that interview and what he said there, I was shocked. I mean, that said a whole lot about Mauricio Pochettino as a coach. I don't think any sound, smart coach will say that kind of thing in a press conference. What you're telling people is that, first of all, you are not able to motivate your boys to play in a final and play to win, right? What you're saying is that you gave up and allowed your team to give up, and you had the guts to come and say it out for people to hear. No, that's a no, right? So we can see also what I've said. I was ready for Chelsea to win today so that tomorrow I can say, hey, Tottenham is cursed as a club. For Pochettino to leave that club and win a trophy in Chelsea within 1 year would have said, oh, Tottenham, there's something wrong with Tottenham. But obviously, there's nothing. I wouldn't blame Tottenham this time. It all lies with Pochettino. He's clearly not a man that wants to win, trophies and would do. When you give him this kind, this is how many finals now that he's been at. He's supposed to get his team to overcome that hurdle and win a trophy. But he's not been able to do that, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I hear you. I think if you remember a few episodes back, I've questioned Pochettino's body language, especially most times on the bench. It doesn't seem. I remember the last game Chelsea we are battered 4-0, and he was just relaxed on the bench and didn't look perturbed. And that brings to question what you're talking about. Back end in Chelsea, we don't know who is actually making the decisions. I don't know, Justice. I think there was a time it was more that Chelsea was getting some experts in at the back end to help them get things together for the team. But regardless of what you say, which is a valid point.
Sorry, not to interrupt you.
A good coach.
Reggie, I'm so sorry. I forgot one thing. Just summarily, yeah? They've actually started doing what I just said now, because I hear as of today that they've hired Joe. Joe is the director of chief scout for Brighton. That's a very good. Yeah. That's a very good move.
I know there's stuff in that direction.
That's a very good move.
But still, still an average coach with that squad should by now. I don't expect Chelsea to be a finished article, but there should be a sign of what the coach is trying to do with the team. And having played and getting to the finals, it should be obvious that you want to win this trophy. But unfortunately, it ended the way it ended today. Ikem, you're there in London. I know the banter is strong over there. I know the streets of London, we are hot today. Chelsea fans, we are waiting to give it to Arsenal and Tottenham. But unfortunately, we know how this one ended. I don't know. What's your take on the game today?
Yeah, I've heard what everyone said, and they are not far from the truth. But looking at it critically, the problem of Chelsea, like Nii said, is first giving I don't even know them. I've not seen their model work in any part of football in my life. You can't give. You see, let me give you an instance. Most of these English boys, Rashford, Grealish. Remember Grealish in Aston Villa? He was carrying the team. Immediately he got to Man City. When they want to sign contract, they go out of their way to give you their best.
To perform, and of course the press, they use the press as well.
This is simple. Just a simple analysis of what is happening in Chelsea. What is happening in Chelsea is they're giving these boys, because you want to dodge the FFP, whatever, you give them 8 years contract with big sum of salary. You expect them to perform? No. The guys are there. They have contracts. They're not like the coaches that you will kick and fire. You don't do that. Now, is Pochettino the best person to handle situation like that? He might be a good developer of players, young players, yes. You remember the interview from Thiago Silva, where he said what he said, and everybody in London were like, there was too many people attacking him. But the truth is, like I keep asking, if you are in that team, you ask yourself, what am I playing for? If you look at Chelsea now, the body language of the players, the body language of the coach, the body language of the owner, if you see today, after they receive their medals, you see Pochettino walk past Burnley, and they didn't even say a word to each other. That's to tell you, in football, most things happen there, they don't let us know. But to me, Chelsea, knowing them for hiring coaches and firing them, then they have gone to a stage where they've tested all the coaches, they don't even know where to go for. First and foremost, if they were rebuilding, Pochettino is not a good rebuilder. I'm sorry, I don't want anybody to lose his job, but Pochettino should be fired. First. Secondly, if they want to move forward, they have to get these boys, like what Ugum said. How can you if you look at Cosido, you don't even know if he's a midfielder, he's an attacker, he's a defender. You look at the other one in front, to Michael Jackson or whatever. I just don't understand the team. If you see Carragher, you know why he's fighting now? He's the only one on 18 months contract. He's fighting to sign a good contract. And that is why you see him pushing. Every other player there is relaxed. And you see, when you have a coach that can bring out the best,
and the coach signed 5 years too,
you should have like Chelsea. If you look at the team, you don't know the formation they are playing. You don't know. If you can't beat these kids today, imagine if Salah, Nunes we are on today. Maybe we would have been talking about 2-3-4-0, because this is an easy win. These boys have not played in that stage before. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't want us to dabble too much into Chelsea. It happens in football in Premier League. That's what I tell people. this is their phase now. They're going to face. It's just like that.
Exactly.
Mind you, how many years and counting? You know, Arsenal went through this, and Man City, they are the champion now. Liverpool were in this position. They were doing trial and error until they got club. So let them keep trying. Let them keep trying. They will get it right one day. But these players, firing them or selling them, I don't know what they're going to do with them. Because if you're bringing in a new coach, obviously the new coach wants his people. So getting the new guy from Brighton is not even the answer. Because Brighton have a model of raising players, selling and making money. Chelsea is not in that field. Chelsea wants finished product, you know? So again, if they want to make money, they're not going to make money from these players that are on 8 years contract, 100 million, 90 million, 80 million. Nobody's going to buy. I don't think anybody will buy Modric for 100 million now.
No.
So if he wants to come to Arsenal, for example, we can give them 5.5, and we'll take him from there. That will help.
Free transfer.
So I think it's unfortunate they need to go back to the drawing board. That's just the truth.
Yeah. Of course. Well, like you said, I remember I used to say it in some platforms. I used to tell people that these things happen, it's turn by turn, but it depends on how serious and focused and how objective you are in facing it. Most times the first reaction is to have a quick fix mentality, thinking that you can easily get over it and start again. But sometimes it takes longer. But like Ugun said, you have to draw up a plan and have a philosophy that you're working on. And mentioning Dizebi, I don't think anybody connected with Chelsea will want to hear about Brighton now, because they tried it with Potter, it did not work. So I don't think going back to Brighton would be a wise thing to do right now. Chama, before we move on this one, it will be nice. It will not be fair to you to move on to how that without letting you talk to your people.
No. You see how I'm just swimming in your wisdom. All of you are speaking wisdom, speaking my mind. I'm just taking everything in. I heard it's a leadership problem. They don't have
network. The network is bad right there.
Yeah, I think her stuff has hung.
Like they are running on a project without a vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can all just come together and agree that for this season, they don't have a vision. The coach doesn't even have a personal goal to push this project called Chelsea forward this season. So whether they are taking anybody, and no disrespect to Potter actually gave some of the Brighton boys, their lights. Potter was there when Caicedo and the likes of Mitoma and all of that were running around. So Potter isn't such a bad guy, but he just did not favor Chelsea. I think I want to take this back to the leadership process of Abramovich and the guys he had, him and his crew. They were just perfect. I don't know if it was his shrewd nature or his I don't care attitude or, his fire when he was still a stakeholder in Chelsea. I think they need to go back or probably just take his past questions or something, Todd needs to go find his passport. He would have left something. He wouldn't have gone with everything because they've lost everything totally. They don't have that swagger. The boys don't have that drive. When they play, their body language is so lazy. Ben Chilwell is an old man. He can't be treating football the way he's still treating football at his age. Is so much disrespect to the game. So I feel like, you guys have said a lot and I agree with everything you said. I'm so sorry.
I hear you. Viewers there, let's know what you think about Chelsea. Do you think the club should move away from the Pochettino project, or do you think Chelsea probably these players were overhyped? They should accept that they made mistake in those signings, and they've tried to find a way within FFP, cut their losses and move on and try to get more new players? Or do you let us know you think the players are actually good, but maybe don't fit in what Pochettino is trying to do? It's just a conundrum. There is a lot to unpack with Chelsea right now, and begging for answers. Chelsea fans out there, let us know what you think about your club at the moment. It's not looking good. I know it's just one game, but Chelsea has been rooted in 10th and 11th position in the EPL all through the season. Win or lose, their intent is not looking good for. They are not making Europe. There's no hope of qualifying for anything in Europe next season after investing over $1 billion. The only chance you had to get a trophy, and with the Chelsea that we are seeing now, there's no hope of competing for any title or any honors next season. So taking it to maybe 4 or 5 years before Chelsea can get a trophy. Chelsea fans, are you willing to accept this and be patient with the club as they try to figure it out? Or do you think there is a way to shorten the wait period and get the team fired and the club firing again in the right direction? Let us know what you think in the comment section.